But it's only now that the World Zionist Organization has established a department to work specifically with the LGBTQ community, which will work to encourage and to help LGBTQ Jewish immigrants to Israel, what we call here Olim, as well as strengthening ties with those Jewish communities in the Jewish diaspora. Well, joining us here in studio is Dror Morag. He is the head of the Department of Zionist Enterprises at the WZO, and he's responsible for this initiative. So first of all, congratulations, Dror. Some might say it's overdue or about time, but what was it that finally sort of maybe tipped the scales that the WZO is taking this initiative?
Well, you know, we are a very old organization for many years, and I believe that, you know, in the current situation in Israel, we thought there is a place to encourage more legitimacy. And I think this is an important step. You know, we are kind of a semi-governmental organization, and I think it's an important message. And sometimes there is an opportunity, and the opportunity occurred, and we got a majority. There was a voting in a Congress of the organization, and we got a majority for this decision. It was a very historical one, I believe, very important one for us, and I'm very happy about that. It wasn't unanimous. We had a majority, but there were people who were opposing that.
Well, certainly there are religious parties or representatives have elements. I can imagine their opposition.
Of course, but I think the majority, even some of the people who are more conservatives, they understand that there is a place in Zionism for everyone. We need to broaden the umbrella to let everyone in, and there's a lot of room and a lot of things to do. There are people abroad that identify with Israel, that want to be part of it, that want to feel welcome, and I think we're doing that, and I think we're only starting that now, but I think in a year or two from now, we're going to see some change.
Right, and certainly, for example, here in the Tel Aviv area, we see a increasing LGBT community that includes many immigrants from Olim. Give us some specifics, like what will your department be specifically doing to help them?
Well, so after the decision was taken and we organized the budget for that, of course, we started brainstorming again with the LGBT organization, and mainly with the Aguda, which is the umbrella organization for the LGBT community. And the main project that we're starting these days, actually working on that really now, is creating a platform to encourage LGBT people to make aliyah to Israel, to do aliyah.
To immigrate to Israel.
To immigrate to Israel, exactly. We found that there is a need for that. People are looking for answers, and people have some doubts sometimes, and we want to, you know, remove those doubts for people who want to come to Israel, to immigrate. And we're going to build, we're going to create a platform for them to ask questions, to get information. So we're building this digital platform along with people on the other side who are going to be able to help them and guide them through the Israeli bureaucracy and give them some answer, along with lawyers, professional lawyers, who would give them answers on their legal status or their partner status, for example.
Well, let's talk about that. As I said before, we're sitting in Tel Aviv, which is not only the most gay-friendly city in the Middle East, it's considered one in the world. But outside this, what some call a bubble, there are problems. Gay marriage, any kind of civil marriage is not legal in Israel. What do you say to those who have these questions about how the religious establishment or how the government may react to issues like gay marriage or a child adoption, these kind of tough issues?
Well, first of all, I don't have all the answers. We're not the government, but I think that what we do can influence and change people's mind. We give it legitimacy. Some of the things that we got some progress in, and we can give positive answers, and some of the things we would have to answer that are still in process, still fighting for. I think we're part of that. I see myself as part of the struggle for equal rights on all the issues, including, of course, marriage and adoptions and everything else, and who's identified as a Jew, for example. But at the end of the day, people would, you know, there are some of the people who want to come here live in countries that are much more problematic than
Israel. Of course, the countries of the former Soviet Union, for example.
So for them, it's also coming to Israel would solve them some of the problems.
Right.
Not everything, of course.
Right. And I'm just curious. I mean, for example, there's a gay couple. Of course, they're not going to be recognized as married in Israel, but can they apply for certain rights and benefits from the WZO? Because, for example, the Tel Aviv municipality is awarding gay couples those privileges.
Well, I can't say that there's going to be anything the same in our organization. We don't have that capacity, but we're going to help them in bureaucracy process in Israel, and also provides Ulpan, which is a place to study Hebrew, either in Israel or abroad. So as part of that platform, we're gonna let people know where they can study Hebrew before they immigrate to Israel all over the world. So this is something that would help them integrate better in Israeli society and in LGBT community in special. You know, some of the questions that we know that are on the table, people are asking, where is it better for us to live if we're looking for a gay-friendly area, for example? That's also part of the issues.
All right, Dror Marag, thank you for joining us from the WZA. Good luck on that initiative.
Thank you very much. Thank you.